Chosen ones, the time is now. God is speaking directly to your heart today, calling you to step into a moment that was written for you before the stars were hung in the sky. This is no ordinary day. It's a divine appointment, a sacred pause where heaven aligns with your life's purpose. You've felt the stirring, the quiet nudge that something monumental is unfolding. That's not your imagination. It's God's voice, clear and unshakable, telling you the gates of destiny are swinging wide open. You're not here by chance. You're here because this is your moment to rise. The world around you may feel heavy, chaotic, like a storm that never ends. But God sees you standing firm, a beacon of light in the haze. He knows the battles you've faced, sleepless nights, whispered doubts, and moments when giving up seemed easier than pushing forward. Yet here you are, still standing, still believing. That resilience isn't just strength. It's a divine spark, a testament to the calling etched into your soul. God is saying, I've seen your faith, and now I'm moving mountains for you. Your breakthrough isn't coming. It's already here. Picture a seed buried in the dark, pressed down by the weight of the earth. It doesn't fight the soil or curse the weight. It trusts the process, knowing the moment will come when it breaks through to the light. That's you right now. The struggles, the delays, the moments of silence, they weren't punishment, they were preparation. God has been cultivating your spirit, rooting you deep in faith so you can rise tall in purpose. Today, He's telling you the soil is breaking apart. Your season of growth, of blooming, of stepping into abundance has arrived. This message isn't just words. It's a divine signal, a flare shot into the sky of your life. God is aligning opportunities, people, and resources to meet you exactly where you stand. You don't need to chase them, they're being drawn to you. Your job is to listen, to trust, to say yes to the path He's lighting up. Hit that like button to affirm this truth and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls walking this sacred journey together. Your action sends a signal to the universe that you're ready for what's next. Sometimes the hardest part is believing you're worthy of this moment. The world might have told you you're too small, too broken, too late, but God's voice cuts through that noise. He says you're chosen, not by mistake, but by design. Your name is written in His plan, and no force on earth can erase it. The dreams you've carried, the ones you thought were too big, they're not yours alone. They're God's vision planted in you, and He's ready to bring them to life. Step forward with courage. Your purpose is calling. The enemy will try to distract you, to pull you back with fear or doubt. But you're not alone in this fight. God's presence is your shield, His promises your sword. When you feel the weight of opposition, remember Psalm 23 verse 4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. You're not just walking through the valley, you're walking out of it into a place of victory. Comment 777 below to declare your trust in God's protection and power. Every step you take today is a step into alignment with heaven's rhythm. You're not moving alone. Angels are guiding your path, and God's hand is steadying your heart. The things you've prayed for, the miracles you've waited for, they're not distant hopes. They're unfolding now in ways you might not yet see. Trust the timing. Trust the one who set it in motion. Your life is about to reflect the glory of His promises, and the world will see His light shining through you. You've carried burdens that weren't yours to hold. Guilt, shame, the expectations of others. God is saying, lay them down. His grace is enough to cover every scar, every misstep. You're not defined by your past, but by the future He's crafting. Imagine a river flowing freely, unblocked by debris. That's your spirit when you release what no longer serves you. Let go and let God's peace flood your soul, carrying you toward a life of purpose and joy. This isn't just about you, it's about the legacy you're building. Your obedience to God's call today will ripple through generations. The choices you make, the faith you hold, will plant seeds for those who come after you. You're not just living for now, you're shaping eternity. God has entrusted you with a mission that echoes beyond your lifetime. Stand tall in that truth, knowing your life is a cornerstone in His divine plan. The world needs your light, chosen one. In a time of confusion and division, your clarity, your faith, your unwavering trust in God's voice, it's a lifeline. You're not here to blend in, but to stand out, to show what's possible when someone walks in divine purpose. People will see your life and wonder, how did they do it? The answer is simple. You trusted God's timing, and He never fails. Your story is becoming a testimony of His power. Sometimes the path feels lonely. You might wonder why others don't see what you see, why they don't feel the fire in your soul. But that's because this journey is yours, uniquely crafted by God. The solitude has been a forge, shaping you into a vessel for His glory. You're not isolated, you're set apart. And in this moment, God is bringing divine connections, people who will walk with you, who will amplify the mission He's given you. Faith isn't just believing, it's acting. God is speaking, but He's also listening. He's waiting for your response, your willingness to move when He says move. Don't wait for every detail to be clear. Take the first step, even if it's small. Say yes to the opportunities He's placing before you, even if they feel too big. Your obedience unlocks the floodgates of His blessings, and what flows through will change your life forever. The time is now, chosen one, because God doesn't delay without purpose. Every moment of waiting has been a setup for this divine encounter. You're standing at a threshold, a doorway to a life you've only glimpsed in your prayers. Cross it with boldness. God's message is clear. Your season of overflow is here. Hit that like button to anchor this truth and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their divine destiny. Your heart might be racing, sensing the weight of this moment. That's not fear, it's anticipation. God is stirring something within you, a fire that won't be quenched. You're not just hearing His voice, you're feeling His presence wrapping around you like a mantle. This is the moment you were born for, the reason your soul has always felt different. Embrace it fully, because God is ready to show the world what He can do through you. The enemy wants you to doubt, to shrink back, to think this is too good to be true. But God's promises are not fragile, they're unbreakable. Deuteronomy 31:8 says, "The Lord Himself goes before you and will be with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you." You're not walking into the unknown alone. God has already gone ahead, preparing the way. Trust Him and watch how He turns your faith into miracles. Every prayer you've whispered, every tear you've shed, every moment you chose to believe despite the odds, God has kept record of them all. He's not a God who forgets. Your faithfulness has moved His heart, and now He's moving on your behalf. The doors that were shut are opening. The dreams that felt impossible are taking shape. This is your time to receive what He's promised, to walk in the fullness of His plan. You might feel unworthy, like you haven't done enough to deserve this. But God's love isn't earned, it's given. His blessings flow not because of your perfection, but because of His grace. You're chosen, not because you're flawless, but because you're His. Let that truth sink in. You don't need to strive to be enough. In His eyes, you already are. Step into this moment with confidence, knowing you're covered by His love. The world is watching, chosen one. Not just the people around you, but the spiritual realm. Your faith is a declaration, a signal that shifts atmospheres. When you choose to believe God's message today, you're not just changing your life, you're changing the spiritual landscape. Your courage inspires others, your trust challenges darkness, and your obedience glorifies God. Comment 777 below to seal your commitment to this divine call. This isn't about chasing wealth, fame, or fleeting success. It's about stepping into a life of eternal significance. God's plan for you isn't temporary, it's everlasting. The abundance He's pouring out will touch every part of your life. Your finances, your relationships, your health, your purpose. It's a holistic transformation, a complete renewal that reflects His glory in every detail. You've been through fire, chosen one, but you weren't burned. You've walked through storms, but you didn't drown. That's not luck, it's God's hand on your life. Every trial was a stepping stone, every setback a setup for something greater. Now, as you stand in this moment, you're not just a survivor, you're a conqueror. God is saying, look how far I've brought you. Now watch where I'm taking you. The time is now because God's clock is perfect. He doesn't rush and He doesn't delay. Every piece of your story has been orchestrated to lead you to this point. The connections you're about to make, the opportunities you're about to seize, they're not random. They're divine appointments, set by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Trust His timing and step boldly into what's next. Your life is a canvas, and God is the artist. Every stroke, every color, every detail has purpose. What the world sees as mistakes, He sees as masterpieces in the making. Today, He's adding new hues, vibrant, bold, and radiant. Your story is about to take a turn that will leave others in awe, not because of you, but because of the God who works through you. Let Him paint and watch the beauty unfold. The enemy thought he could stop you, that his schemes could dim your light, but God's plans are unstoppable. Isaiah 55:11 says, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire." God's word over your life is active, alive, and moving. The time is now because His promises are coming to pass, and nothing can stand in their way. You're not just a person, you're a purpose. God didn't create you to blend in, but to stand out, to carry His light into places others fear to go. Your presence shifts rooms, your faith moves mountains, and your trust in God changes lives. This moment is your commissioning, your call to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. Don't hold back. The world needs what you carry. Sometimes, the weight of God's call feels heavy. You might wonder if you're strong enough, ready enough. But strength doesn't come from you. It comes from Him. Philippians 4:13 says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." You're not stepping into this moment alone. God's power is your backbone. Lean into Him, and you'll find you have everything you need to walk this path. The time is now because God is moving in real time. He's not a distant deity, but a present Father, actively working in your life. The prayers you've prayed, the desires you've held, they're not forgotten. They're being answered in ways that will exceed your expectations. Get ready, chosen one, because the overflow is coming, and it's going to be bigger than you dreamed. Your heart knows this truth, even if your mind hesitates. You've felt the pull, the sense that something greater is calling you. That's God speaking through your spirit, urging you to trust Him fully. This isn't a moment to overthink. It's a moment to act, to say yes, to move forward in faith. The doors are open, the path is clear, and God is with you every step of the way. The world might try to define you by your past, but God defines you by your future. He sees the end from the beginning, and what He sees is glorious. You're not bound by old labels or limitations. You're a new creation, stepping into a new season. Let go of who you were and embrace who God is calling you to be. This is your time to shine, to reflect His glory, to live the life He's prepared for you. Every moment of waiting has been worth it. Every tear, every trial, every test, they've all been building blocks for this divine moment. God has been shaping you, refining you, preparing you for what's ahead. Now, as you stand on the edge of your breakthrough, know that He's proud of you. He sees your faith, and He's ready to reward it beyond measure. Step forward, chosen one, and claim what's yours. The time is now because God's promises are timeless. They don't fade, they don't expire. What He spoke over you in the quiet of your heart is coming to life today. You're not waiting for a miracle, you're living in one. Every step you take, every choice you make, is part of the miracle unfolding. Trust God, trust His timing, and watch how He turns your faith into a testimony that echoes for generations. You're not just hearing God's voice, you're carrying it. His message isn't just for you, it's through you. As you step into this moment, you become a vessel for His love, His power, His truth. People will see your life and know that God is real. Your story will inspire, your faith will ignite, and your obedience will transform. This is bigger than you. It's about His kingdom, and you're chosen to carry it forward. The enemy's greatest weapon is distraction, but God's voice is louder. Tune out the noise, the doubts, the fears. Focus on His whisper, the one that says, "You are mine, and I am with you." That truth is your anchor, your compass, your strength. No matter what comes, you're rooted in Him, and nothing can shake you. Comment 777 below to affirm your trust in His guidance and protection. This moment is a turning point, chosen one. The old is gone, the new is here. God is rewriting your story, and it's a masterpiece of grace, power, and purpose. You're not just stepping into a new day, you're stepping into a new destiny. The time is now because God is speaking, and His words are creating something extraordinary in you. Embrace it, live it, and let His light shine through you. God's voice isn't just a sound, it's a force, a current that moves through your spirit, aligning every part of your being with His divine plan. You've sensed it, haven't you? That quiet pull, that unshakable knowing that something bigger is at work. Today, He's speaking with clarity, calling you to step into a purpose so vast it stretches beyond what your eyes can see. This isn't about small victories. It's about a life transformed, a legacy ignited, a destiny fulfilled. The world often measures success by what's visible: money, status, applause. But God's measure is different. He sees the quiet battles you've fought, the moments you chose faith over fear, the times you stood when everything screamed to give up. Those choices weren't random. They were divine deposits, building a foundation for what's coming. Today, He's saying, your faithfulness has prepared you for this. The rewards are unfolding, and they're greater than you've imagined. Picture a lighthouse standing firm against crashing waves. It doesn't fight the storm or beg for calm. It simply shines, guiding ships to safety through the chaos. That's you, chosen one. Your light doesn't waver, even when the world feels like a tempest. God has placed His radiance in you, and it's drawing others to His truth. Your life is a beacon, showing the way for those lost in the dark. Keep shining. The world needs your light now more than ever. You've carried dreams that felt too heavy, too distant, too impossible. But God planted those dreams for a reason. They're not just wishes. They're blueprints of His plan for you. Today, He's breathing life into them, turning whispers into reality. Don't let doubt dim what He's sparking. Your dreams are His promises in disguise, and He's faithful to bring them to pass. Trust Him and watch how He makes the impossible your reality. The enemy will try to cloud your vision, whispering that this moment isn't yours, that you're not ready. But God's truth cuts through that fog. Isaiah 41:10 says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God." His presence is your certainty, His strength your foundation. When doubt creeps in, stand on His word. You're not fighting alone. God's power is your shield, and His promises are your weapon. Every step you take today is a declaration. You're not just moving forward, you're claiming ground for God's kingdom. The choices you make, the faith you hold, they shift atmospheres, break chains, and open doors. You're not just living for yourself, you're living for a purpose that echoes through eternity. Hit that like button to affirm this calling and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls stepping into their divine purpose. Sometimes the path feels narrow, like you're walking a tightrope between fear and faith. But God's hand is steadying you. He's not asking you to balance perfectly. He's asking you to trust Him completely. Each step, no matter how shaky, is a victory. You're not falling, you're advancing. Every moment you choose to trust, you're moving closer to the life He's designed. A life of impact, joy, and unshakable peace. The world might try to box you in, to limit you with labels or expectations. But God's vision for you is limitless. He sees you as a vessel of His glory, a carrier of His power. You're not confined by what others think or what circumstances suggest. You're defined by His word, and His word says you're chosen, anointed, unstoppable. Step out of the box, chosen one, and walk in the freedom of His truth. Your life is a story, and God is the author. Every chapter, every twist, every triumph, it's all part of His narrative. The pages you thought were mistakes were just plot twists, setting the stage for a comeback only He could write. Today, He's turning the page to a new chapter, one filled with breakthroughs, divine connections, and moments that will take your breath away. Trust His pen and let Him write the next part. The time is now because God's work in you is urgent. He's not just preparing you for a future moment, He's equipping you for today. The opportunities before you, the people crossing your path, the dreams stirring in your heart, they're all part of His divine orchestration. Don't wait for a better moment. This is the moment. Say yes to His call and watch how He aligns every detail to fulfill His purpose in you. You've faced moments when the world felt against you, when every door seemed locked, but God holds the key. Revelation 3:7 says, "What He opens, no one can shut, and what He shuts, no one can open." The doors He's opening for you now can't be closed by any force, human or spiritual. Step through with confidence, knowing He's gone ahead of you, preparing a path of favor and opportunity. Your faith is a fire, and it's burning brighter than ever. It's not just warming your heart, it's setting the world around you ablaze. People will see your life and feel the heat of God's presence. Your story will spark hope in the hopeless, courage in the fearful, faith in the doubting. You're not just a light, you're a flame, and God is fanning it into a wildfire that can't be contained. The time is now because God's promises are active. They're not dormant, not delayed. They're moving, working, shaping your life in real time. You might not see every piece yet, but trust that the puzzle is coming together. Every prayer, every step of faith, every moment of surrender, it's all building something beautiful. Keep walking, keep believing, and watch how God reveals the masterpiece He's creating. You're not just a person, you're a movement. God has placed a calling in you that's bigger than yourself, a purpose that touches lives you may never meet. Your obedience today is planting seeds for tomorrow, for others, for eternity. You're not just walking a path, you're paving a way for others too. Follow comment 777 below to declare your commitment to this divine mission, to stand firm in God's call. The enemy wants you to focus on what's behind you, regrets, failures, pain. But God is turning your eyes forward. He's saying, look ahead. The past is a shadow, your future is a sunrise. Every step you take toward His voice is a step into light, into hope, into a life that reflects His glory. Don't look back, chosen one. The best is yet to come, and it's unfolding now. Your heart is a sanctuary, a place where God's voice echoes loudest. In the quiet moments when the world fades, you hear him clearest. He's speaking words of love, direction, and power. Guard that space. Don't let the noise of life drown out his whisper. Stay still, listen deeply, and let his words guide every decision, every step, every dream you dare to chase. The time is now, because God's kingdom is advancing, and you're part of it. You're not a bystander. You're a warrior, a builder, a light bearer. Your faith is a weapon, your love a foundation, your life a testimony. Every act of obedience strengthens his kingdom. Every moment of trust expands his reach. You're not just living, you're shaping eternity with every choice you make. You've felt the weight of waiting, the ache of unanswered prayers. But God hasn't forgotten. Every moment of delay was a moment of divine setup. He's been aligning circumstances, preparing hearts, opening doors you couldn't see. Now the weight is breaking, and the answers are coming. Trust his timing, because what he's bringing is worth every second you've waited. The world may see you as ordinary, but God sees you as extraordinary. He's placed a spark in you that can't be dimmed, a purpose that can't be stopped. You're not defined by what others see, but by what he knows. Step into that truth today. Walk with the confidence of someone chosen, loved, and empowered by the Creator of the universe. The time is now, and you're ready. Your life is a symphony, and God is the conductor. Every note, every rhythm, every crescendo, it's all part of his design. The moments that felt like discord were just building tension for the harmony he's bringing. Today, he's raising the baton, and the music of your life is about to soar. Trust his rhythm and let your life sing his glory. The enemy will try to silence you, to make you doubt your worth. But God's voice is louder, stronger, eternal. He says you're enough, you're chosen, you're his. Stand on that truth. Let it anchor you when the storms come. You're not swaying, you're rooted in his love, and nothing can uproot what he's planted. Hit that like button to affirm his truth, and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls standing firm in faith. You've walked through deserts, but you're stepping into rivers. The dry places, the barren moments, they're behind you. God is leading you to streams of living, water, to places of refreshment and abundance. John 7:38 says, "Whoever believes in me, as Scripture has said, rivers of living water will flow from within them." That's you, chosen one. His life is flowing through you, bringing renewal to every part of your being. The time is now, because God's work is urgent. He's not just calling you to live, but to thrive, to shine, to lead. The world needs your courage, your faith, your unique light. Don't hold back. Step into the opportunities he's placing before you, even if they feel daunting. He's equipped you for this moment, and he's with you every step of the way. You're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. God has given you visions not to tease you, but to guide you. Those ideas, those sparks of inspiration, they're his voice speaking through you. Act on them. Take the first step, even if it's small. Every move you make in faith is a step toward the life he's promised, a life of impact and purpose. The enemy wants you to believe you're alone, but you're surrounded. God's angels are guarding you, his spirit is guiding you, and his love is sustaining you. You're part of a divine network, a tapestry of chosen ones woven together by his hand. You're not isolated. You're connected, supported, and empowered by the one who never fails. Every challenge you've faced has been a classroom. God has been teaching you, shaping you, preparing you for this moment. The lessons weren't easy, but they were necessary. Now, you're stepping out of the classroom and into the mission field. Your life is a testimony, and it's time to share it. Let the world see what God can do through someone who trusts him fully. The time is now, because God's promises are converging. The prayers you've prayed, the faith you've held, they're meeting in this moment. It's not a coincidence. It's a divine intersection. Everything you've been through has led you here. to a place where his plans are unfolding in vivid color. Step forward, chosen one, and embrace the life he's calling you to live. God's message is a flame, and you're the torchbearer. His words aren't just meant to comfort, they're meant to ignite, to set your soul ablaze with purpose. Today, he's handing you a spark, a divine charge to carry his light into places only you can reach. Your life isn't random, it's a mission, a sacred assignment to show the world what happens when someone trusts his voice completely. Step boldly, because his fire in you can't be extinguished. The world might try to pull you into its rhythm, its chaos, its demands, but God's call is stronger. He's asking you to march to his beat, to move with the cadence of heaven. You're not meant to follow the crowd, you're meant to lead, to carve a path where others see only walls. His voice is your compass, guiding you through the noise to a place of clarity and purpose. Listen closely and let it steer your every step. You've carried burdens that tried to bend you, but they've only made you stronger. Each weight you've shouldered has forged resilience in your spirit, a strength that can't be shaken. God sees every load you've carried, and he's saying, I'm taking them now. Let him lift what's heavy. Let his strength flow through you. You're not meant to struggle, you're meant to soar, lifted by his power into a life of freedom. Picture a river carving through stone. It doesn't force its way. It flows, steady and relentless, shaping the hardest surfaces over time. That's your faith. Persistent, unyielding, transforming everything it touches. God is using your steadfast trust to reshape your life, to carve out paths of opportunity and blessing. Keep flowing in faith and watch how he turns obstacles into open doors. The enemy will try to sow seeds of comparison, making you feel less than others. But God's voice drowns out that lie. You're not competing with anyone. Your race is your own, designed by him. Jeremiah 1:5 says, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. You're not chasing someone else's destiny. You're walking in the one crafted just for you. Run your race, chosen one, and know you're exactly where you're meant to be. Your life is a tapestry woven with threads of pain, joy, and triumph. Every moment, every choice, every prayer is a stitch in God's design. The pattern might not always make sense to you, but he sees the whole picture. Today, he's adding new threads, vibrant, bold, eternal. Trust his hands. The masterpiece he's weaving through your life will leave the world in awe of his artistry. The time is now because God's promises are precise. He doesn't speak in vague terms. His words are specific, intentional, aimed at your heart. You've felt them, those moments when his voice cuts through the clutter, speaking directly to your soul. Don't dismiss those whispers. They're not coincidence. They're confirmation. He's guiding you to a future that aligns perfectly with his plan. Step forward and let his words shape your path. You've walked through seasons of silence, times when God seemed distant, but he was never gone. Those quiet moments were his way of teaching you to trust, to listen, to lean in closer. Now, his voice is rising, clear and unshakable, calling you to act. The silence is over. The season of divine clarity is here. Move with confidence, knowing he's speaking louder than ever. The world may try to dim your hope, pointing to failures or fears, but God's promises are your anchor. Hebrews 10:23 says, Let us hold unswervingly to the hope we profess, for he who promised is faithful. Your hope isn't wishful thinking. It's rooted in the one who never fails. Hold fast to it, chosen one. It's your lifeline, your strength, your guarantee of what's to come. You're not just a participant in God's plan. You're a partner. He's invited you to co-create with him, to bring his vision to life through your hands, your voice, your faith. Every action you take in obedience is a brush stroke on his canvas, a note in his symphony. Don't underestimate your role. Your yes to him is building something eternal, something that will outlast the stars. The enemy wants you to focus on what you lack, but God wants you to see what you carry. You're not empty. You're overflowing with his grace, his power, his purpose. Every gift, every talent, every dream in your heart is a tool he's given you to change the world. Use them boldly. The time is now to step into the fullness of what he's placed within you. Your faith is a seed and God is the gardener. He's been tending it, watering it, pruning it for this moment. The growth you're seeing now, the opportunities, the breakthroughs, the clarity, it's the fruit of his care. Don't be afraid to bloom. Your life is meant to bear fruit that feeds others, that points them to his love. Trust his hands and let your faith flourish. The time is now because God's kingdom is moving. You're part of a divine wave, a surge of his spirit sweeping through the earth. Your faith, your obedience, your courage, they're ripples in that wave, touching lives far beyond your sight. You're not just living for yourself. You're part of a movement that's shifting history. Step into it, chosen one, and let his spirit carry you. You've faced moments when the path felt unclear, when fog clouded your way. But God's voice is your light, piercing through the haze. He's not leaving you to wander. Psalm 119 verse 105 says, "Your word is a lamp for my feet, a light on my path." Every step you take in faith is illuminated by him. Trust his guidance and walk without fear. The path is clear because he's with you. The world might try to pull you back, to keep you small, to chain you to old patterns. But God is breaking those chains. You're not bound by who you were or what you've done. You're free, redeemed, and called to rise. Step out of the shadows of your past and into the light of his purpose. The time is now to live as the chosen one you are. Your heart is a battlefield, but it's also a sanctuary. God is fighting for you, guarding that sacred space where his voice dwells. Every doubt, every fear, every attack, he's turning them into victories. Let him fortify your heart. Let his love be your stronghold. You're not defenseless. You're armed with his truth, and it's stronger than any weapon formed against you. The time is now because God's promises are compounding. Every step of faith you've taken, every prayer you've prayed, it's all building, multiplying, creating a momentum that can't be stopped. You're not starting from scratch. You're standing on a foundation of his faithfulness. Keep moving forward and watch how he multiplies your trust into miracles. You're not just a voice. You're an echo of God's heart. When you speak, when you act, when you love, you're reflecting him. The world needs to hear his voice through you, to see his love in your actions. Don't hold back. Your words, your choices, your presence, they carry his power. Speak boldly, live boldly, and let his truth resonate through you. The enemy will try to make you feel small, but God's perspective is different. He sees you as a giant, a force for his kingdom. You're not insignificant, you're indispensable. Every step you take shakes the ground. Every act of faith moves mountains. Walk in that truth, chosen one. The world will feel the impact of your God-given authority. Your life is a bridge connecting the seen and the unseen. God has placed you here to bring heaven to earth, to show what's possible when his spirit moves through a willing heart. Every prayer, every act of faith, every moment of trust, it's building that bridge, making a way for others to cross into his presence. Keep building because your work is eternal. The time is now because God's clock is ticking, not in haste, but in purpose. Every second is a divine opportunity, a chance to align with his will. Don't let these moments pass. Seize them. Act on the nudges, the dreams, the callings he's placed in you. Your obedience today is shaping a future that glorifies him and transforms lives. You've carried scars, but God is turning them into stars. Every wound, every pain, it's being redeemed, woven into a story of victory. Your scars aren't signs of weakness, they're badges of His grace. They show the world you've survived, you've overcome, and you're walking in His power. Let them shine, chosen one, as a testament to His healing. The world may try to drown out God's voice with noise, busyness, fear, distraction, but His whisper is stronger. Tune your heart to it. Let His words be the rhythm you live by. When you align with His voice, everything else falls into place. Your steps become sure, your purpose clear, your life a reflection of His perfect will. You're not just walking a path, you're blazing a trail. God has called you to go where others haven't, to do what others won't. Your courage, your faith, your trust in Him, they're cutting through the wilderness, making a way for others to follow. Don't fear the unknown. He's with you, guiding every step, lighting the way. The time is now because God's love is relentless. It pursues you, surrounds you, empowers you. You're not chasing Him, He's chasing you, pouring out His grace to fuel your journey. Rest in that love. Let it carry you when you're weary, strengthen you when you're weak. His love is your foundation, and it will never fail you. You're not just a dreamer, you're a visionary. God has given you eyes to see what others can't, a heart to feel what others miss. Those glimpses of what could be, they're His gift to you, His call to build something eternal. Don't doubt your vision. Step into it and watch how He brings it to life through your faith. The enemy wants you to believe your story is over, that you've missed your chance. But God says your story is just beginning. Every ending you faced was just a doorway to a new beginning. He's writing a new chapter, one filled with hope, purpose, and power. Step through the door, chosen one, and embrace the future He's prepared. Your faith is a magnet, drawing God's blessings to you. The more you trust, the more He moves. Every act of belief, every moment of surrender, it's pulling His promises closer, making them real. Keep trusting, keep believing, because the overflow is coming, and it's going to flood your life with His goodness. God's message is a river, flowing through your life with unstoppable force. It carries you toward His purpose, washing away doubt and refreshing your spirit. You're not standing still, you're moving with His current, guided by His voice to places of divine encounter. Today, He's calling you to trust the flow, to let His direction carry you into a future crafted by His hands. Step into the river, chosen one, and let it lead you to abundance. The world might try to anchor you to its limits, chaining you to what's possible. But God's voice shatters those chains. He's not bound by human logic, and neither are you. His plans for you defy expectation, reaching beyond what eyes can see or minds can grasp. You're not meant for ordinary, you're meant for extraordinary. Embrace His limitless vision and watch how He expands your horizons. You've faced moments when hope felt fragile, like a flame flickering in the wind. But God is your shield, guarding that flame. He's fanning it into a blaze that can't be extinguished. Your hope isn't weak. It's a divine spark, fueled by His promises. Hold fast to it, let it burn bright. The world will see your light and know that God's power is at work in you. Imagine a tree rooted deep in the earth, unmoved by storms or drought. Its strength comes not from what's seen, but from roots that reach into unseen depths. That's your faith, chosen one, anchored in God's truth, drawing strength from His Spirit. No storm can uproot you, no drought can dry your spirit. You're planted by His hand, growing tall for His glory. The enemy will try to whisper lies, telling you your time has passed, that you're too late. But God's voice is clear. Your season is now. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens." This is your season, your moment to step into His purpose. Don't let doubt steal what He's already declared yours. Your life is a melody, and God is composing every note. The highs, the lows, the quiet pauses, they're all part of His song. Today, he's adding a new refrain, one of triumph and joy. You don't need to know the whole score. Just trust the composer. Sing his song through your actions, your faith, your love, and let the world hear his music through you. The time is now because God's call is urgent. He's not just inviting you to live, he's commissioning you to lead. You're a trailblazer, a light in the darkness, a voice for his truth. The world needs your courage, your clarity, your unwavering trust in him. Step forward boldly. Hit that like button to affirm this mission and subscribe to join thousands of chosen one souls carrying his light. You've walked through valleys where shadows loomed large, but you never walked alone. God's presence was your guide, his voice, your comfort. Now, you're stepping into wide open spaces, places of freedom and possibility. The shadows are behind you. His light is ahead. Keep moving, chosen one. The path is widening and his promises are waiting. The world may try to measure you by its standards, success, status, wealth. But God measures you by your heart. He sees your faithfulness, your quiet sacrifices, your steadfast trust. Those are the treasures he values, the ones he's multiplying into blessings. You're not defined by what you have, but by who you are in him. Walk in that truth and watch his favor unfold. Your prayers are seeds planted in the soil of faith. God has been tending them, nurturing them, bringing them to harvest. The answers you've waited for, the breakthroughs you've longed for, they're sprouting now. Don't dig up the seeds in doubt. Trust his care. The harvest is coming, and it's going to be abundant beyond your dreams. The enemy wants you to focus on your flaws, but God sees your potential. He's not looking at your mistakes. He's looking at your purpose. You're a vessel for his glory, a canvas for his grace. Every imperfection is a stroke in his masterpiece. Let him work. Let him shape you. The world will see his beauty shining through your life. The time is now because God's Spirit is moving. You're not just a bystander. You're a conduit for his power. Your faith, your prayers, your obedience, they're channels for his miracles. You're not waiting for change. You're carrying it. Step into this moment with boldness, knowing his Spirit is flowing through you, transforming everything you touch. You've faced moments when the world felt heavy, when burdens tried to crush you. But God's strength is greater. He's lifting those weights, replacing them with his peace. Philippians 4:7 says, "The peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds." Rest in that peace. It's your shield, your refuge, your strength for the journey ahead.